Hi, everyone. I'm here to talk to you today about the platform of the future and how this platform can help us, platform professionals, go from ticket taking infrastructure support to your dev's favorite superhero. I'm Matt Rogish, head of product here at Aptable, a cloud platform and developer portal company. I've been building commercial platforms since 2012 at Rails Machine, Reactive Ops, Kimball, and now Aptable. Before then, I was leading software development at various startups where we would start on platform as a service, migrate to the cloud, and fail miserably. One constant in this industry is the more things change, the more they stay the same, and shared definitions of things are hard. If you ask 10 people what a developer platform is, you'll get 12 different answers. Some of them are contradictory. So I asked ChatGPT to tell me. It said, the developer platform is a comprehensive system designed to streamline the software development process by offering a standardized, self-service environment that empowers developers to deploy, manage, and scale their applications efficiently. I think that's a good answer. I think we all can then explain, with little difficulty, the components of this platform. First, cloud infrastructure automation and control, provisioning and configuring cloud infra, CI/CD pipelines and service orchestration. Developers type git push, and then eventually it pops out somewhere. Monitoring and logging. How do you know what's going on with this service? Is it working correctly? And if not, why? Security and compliance. Not just things like HIPAA or GDPR, but corporate governance policies and development standards. Finally, a developer portal, a web page that a developer can go to in order to see what's out there. The promise of this platform is that once we build it, our developers will live in a post-platform beautiful future where they can worry about their code and nothing else. The rest of the business hums along nicely, and the platform team gets to sip pina coladas by the pool. The platform team is viewed as everyone's favorite superhero, answering questions before they're even asked. Developers are able to deploy their code effortlessly and without fear, and the rest of the business gets the information and data they need to understand what's going on in product development. Hold up, you say, from somewhere that is very clearly not the pool. We built a platform and are still stuck responding to tickets and buried with toil. We are decidedly not living in a post-platform beautiful pina colada poolside future. To answer why, we need to understand what are the biggest challenges facing platform engineers today. Why aren't we living in this post-platform beautiful future? What's missing from this picture? What's getting in our way? I've been building platforms for almost 20 years. I've worked with hundreds of dev and platform teams, and generally speaking, the platform definition as it's thought of today falls short in some key areas. Let's consider the journey from infrastructure sprawl to our post-platform beautiful future. First, our migration to a developer platform typically starts from existing infrastructure sprawl. This isn't ClickOps, though it could be, but typically what you could think of as DevOps-style infrastructure automation and interactions. For example, a developer asks for a database, and then someone on the DevOps team runs some automation or gives the developer some infrastructure as code to run. When a new service is spun up, someone goes into a CI/CD system and configures things, or attaches a pipeline to a code repository. This infrastructure is under control, but not self-service by any means. I call this a meat platform because humans are acting as the platform via ticket systems or Slack requests. To get us out of this, we decide to provide a self-service developer platform to tame this infrastructure sprawl and get our folks out of the ticket trap. We build this and then encounter the first problem, one of migration. The services that we have are not yet in this new platform and need migrated to it. After we solve the migration problem, our customers, app developers, need to use it. We have to convince them to use it because in all but the rarest organizations, we can't force them to use it, and we don't want to. This is for good reason. We have to be better than the alternatives so developers don't get frustrated with our speed or functionality and go off and use some other tool, whether it's a cloud platform as a service or their own automation. This is the motivation problem. A dev team has to want to use our platform. Finally, even if we can efficiently respond to new developer features without burning out, we have to keep up with changing externalities imposed upon us by our cloud providers, and we often find ourselves struggling to respond to requests from other parts of our company. Requests from the CFO, CISO, HR, etc. start to pile up. We lack a clear path to maturity. Let's consider the migration problem. You have existing apps, infrastructure, automation, and third-party integrations that all need rewritten or migrated to the new platform. It's not necessarily hard, but it is a very laborious and time-consuming task. This time-consuming and laborious task usually falls on the platform team, and very rarely do these teams have the resources necessary to both continue to tackle day-to-day operations and migrate effectively without lots of toil. I've seen many projects get bogged down and or even fail entirely here. I've seen shiny new platforms get thrown away because while we were developing it and taking forever, the dev team decided to migrate from containers to functions without telling anyone. Ask me how I know. So what are platform teams to do here? To solve the migration problem, we can use an auto discovery scanner and importer. This software continually scans source code repositories, cloud provider APIs, and Kubernetes manifests to create an always up-to-date model of the entire development environment, infrastructure, and integrations. This can give platform teams visibility into things that are not under management, and if they're not, allow them to understand if the things that are not under management are horrifically broken or are okay. This helps the platform team prioritize and focus on the most important things. If the service already looks good and is using the right technology, it can be automatically imported. Or the platform engineer can apply AI or other pre-written scripts to assist migration of the service. This greatly reduces the platform engineer's workload and gives them a clear path to incrementally rolling out and migrating services into the platform, either automatically or with some help. The auto discovery scanner and importer solves the migration problem, freeing up platform engineering time to work on other higher value projects and quickly transforms day-to-day developer workload from old and busted to new hotness. The sooner a service can be migrated, the sooner your company starts getting value from your platform. The second problem is one of motivation. DevOps was originally supposed to be you build it, you run it, supported by SRE. But developers soundly rejected that, which is why we decided to build platform teams to begin with. To get the most out of a platform, it does need developer adoption. This, of course, goes without saying, except many platform teams find themselves without the necessary skills and experience here to operate like a product team to develop a platform loved by their developers. How do you get developers to continue to use this platform once you've built it? It has to be significantly better than existing solutions while also not blocking developers doing their job. In practice, this often looks like platform teams running breakneck to solve a never-ending stream of requests from developers to do more advanced things like, I would like Canary so I can do progressive rollout. Please set up review apps for me. Or there's a new cloud provider service I want to use. Please support it. If platform teams can't keep up with these requests, they risk getting sidelined by developers going out on their own. To solve the motivation problem, we can develop things like a smart portal, which is both automatically kept up to date, leveraging technologies like the auto discovery tool like we built before, and offers integrations, tools, notifications, and APIs, give those to developers that make their day-to-day development a breeze. It's not just a service catalog and developer docs, although those are helpful, but also things like Slack bots and LLMs to answer questions posed by developers, analytics to help platform engineers focus on the biggest problems, and CLI tools to automate common tasks. This smart portal should give platform engineers leverage to easily allow developers to adopt more complex deployment techniques, like the aforementioned canaries, progressive rollouts, review apps, and cloud developer environments, as well as functioning as a central hub for developers to integrate with, whether that's an API or a more traditional web interface. If we don't solve this problem of motivation, developers won't use our platform and they're doomed to aimlessly wander the earth, over and over and over, repeatedly building services that already exist. They'll deploy code that can't be accurately tested in production, leading to long, expensive outages, and the platform teams will languish in obscurity, eventually being reorged away. By leveraging data, platform teams can solve developer pain points, improving developer happiness, and as we all know, happy developers are productive developers. We owe it to our teams to develop not merely a functional platform, but a great one. Finally, maturity, the third problem. Or what about everybody else in the company? Platforms tend to do typical software development lifecycle stuff pretty well. Git push CI/CD, provisioning infrastructure, backups, that kind of thing. But often they fall far short supporting additional stakeholders, CFOs and other executives, or integrating with existing business software and processes. Raise your hand if you've ever had to respond to a ticket from some business unit somewhere asking questions like, how expensive was this app? Or how can we save money? And you found that your existing platform basically says, I don't know, you figure it out. Keep your hand up. if you wrote an internal tool, like I did, to help answer these because your cloud's Cost Explorer is insufficient because you really can't rely on just simple tags to get the answers you want, and it doesn't integrate with external third parties. I've done this at least twice in my career, and I don't want to have to do it a third time. What about more advanced things? How much does it cost to onboard another developer? We added a new feature. How long did that take? How can we help developers ship faster? It's an emergency. The service is down. Who owns it? A developer rewrote an existing service. How do we help them avoid that in the future? All of these are missing in most platforms I see today. To solve these maturity problems, the platform team needs to build a framework and APIs to quickly adopt and integrate third-party tools that do point solutions, things like cost monitoring and alerting or HR systems so that onboarding can be done automatically. These integrations will allow other business stakeholders to ask and answer their own questions, requiring less manual intervention from the platform team. Platforms typically have a reasonable handle on things like compliance, but only for the areas the platform controls. How can a security person understand if a third party is following your company's retention policies? Where would you go to answer that question? Solving the maturity problem and giving other business units quick answers to their questions raises the value of the platform team in the eyes of the other business units, leverages these integrations to help drive adoption through the rest of the company, and reduces the workload on platform and development teams. So, as we discussed, there are 3 areas where existing platforms come up short. First, difficulty in migration from infrastructure sprawl to the platform. Once we have the platform and everything's migrated over, how do we provide the right motivation for developers to use the platform? And finally, we need to create a paved path to maturity. So with all of these in mind, we can redefine the platform of the future as a comprehensive system designed to streamline the software development process within an organization by offering an automated self-service environment that empowers developers to deploy, manage, and scale their applications efficiently without changing their behavior or requiring complex migrations. And through integrations and automation, offer a single pane of glass visibility into the product development and infrastructure for organization stakeholders. To the original components that we saw before, we add auto discovery and import of infrastructure, code, and external tools, and we transform the humble developer portal into the smart developer portal hub and API. So, great. We love all of this. How do we do it? Is it AI, portal, tools, existing open source, Kubernetes? I don't know. But it starts with an understanding of what's wrong and exploring the solution space together. This is our work as platform developers of the future. It's what we need to collectively figure out. It's a daunting challenge, but also why I'm so excited about this space, and I hope you are too. Or, paraphrasing Neo in the ending of the one and only Matrix movie, I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how it's going to be. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. Where we go from here is up to us. Thank you so much. You can find me at this email or in most social services as Matt Rogish.